Welcome, and thanks for joining Basingstoke Salvation Army's daily devotional Battle Drill. For more information, go to basingstokesalvationarmy.sermon.net/battle_drill_daily_devotionals. Hello again. Let's turn to our passage for this week. It's Jeremiah chapter 29, verses 1 to 23. And today I'm reading it from the Voice. The prophet Jeremiah wrote a letter from Jerusalem to the elders, priests, prophets, and all the rest who had been taken to Babylon by Nebuchadnezzar. This was after King Jeconiah of Judah and his mother had been taken into exile, along with servants of the court, officials of Judah and Jerusalem, and many of the craftsmen and artisans. The letter was hand-carried by Elasah, son of Shaphan, and Gemariah, son of Hilkiah, whom Zedekiah king of Judah dispatched to Babylon on a diplomatic mission to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. Jeremiah's letter. This is what the Eternal, Commander of heavenly armies and God of Israel, says to those he exiled from Jerusalem to Babylon. Build houses, make homes for your families, because you are not coming back to Judah anytime soon. Plant gardens and eat the food you grow there. Marry and have children. Find wives for your sons and give your daughters in marriage so that they can have children. During these years of captivity, let your families grow and not die out. Pursue the peace and welfare of the city where I sent you into exile. Pray to me, the Eternal, for Babylon, because if it has peace, you will live in peace. This is what the Eternal, Commander of heavenly armies and God of Israel, says to you. Do not be fooled by the false prophets and fortune tellers among you. Do not listen to dreamers or their interpretations of dreams, for I did not send them to you. They are prophesying lies in my name. So says the Eternal. If you want the truth, this is what the Eternal has to say. You will remain in Babylon for 70 years. When that time is over, I will come to you, and I will keep my promise of bringing you back home. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Eternal, plans for peace, not evil, to give you a future and hope. Never forget that. At that time you will call out for me, and I will hear. You will pray, and I will listen. You will look for me intently, and you will find me. Yes, I will be found by you, says the Eternal, and I will restore your fortunes and gather you from all the nations where you have been scattered, all the places where I have driven you. I will bring you back to the land that is your rightful home. Now, you might say, the Eternal has raised up prophets here in Babylon who tell us other things. This is what the Eternal, Commander of heavenly armies, has to say about the king who currently sits on David's throne, and all those who remain in Jerusalem and were not taken into exile. Watch, for I will send war, famine, and disease on them. I will make them like figs, so rotten they cannot be eaten. I will pursue them with war, famine, and disease. I will make them a horror to the watching world, an object of cursing and terror, of scorn and blame wherever I scatter them, because they have not listened to me, says the Eternal. They ignored the warnings I sent to them again and again through my servants, the prophets. And you who are in exile are no better, for you have not listened either. Therefore, hear now the word of the Eternal, all you who have been exiled from Jerusalem to Babylon. This is what the Eternal, Commander of heavenly armies and God of Israel, says about you so-called prophets, Ahab, son of Kaliah, and Zedekiah, son of Messiah, who are telling lies in my name. Watch, for I will hand them over to King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, and he will execute them right in front of you. Even their names will be used as a curse by those in exile from Judah when they say, "May the Eternal treat you like Zedekiah and Ahab, who were burned alive by Babylon's king." These men have engaged in disgraceful acts amongst my people Israel. They have committed adultery with their neighbours' wives and told lies in my name, prophesying when I never gave them a message. I know this because I am a witness to all they have done. So says the Eternal. Amen. What do you think about your national government? What about your local civic leaders? If you're in the United Kingdom, or your country is anything like mine, then around half of you will love or at least tolerate your government, and the other half will really dislike them. Jeremiah wrote to God's people who were captive in Babylon. He passed on God's command to move ahead with their lives and pray for the pagan nation that had enslaved them. Imagine having to pray for a government you hated. Well, maybe that's where you are today. Maybe you think your government is evil and that their policies are all wrong. When we feel that way, we find it difficult to pray for those in authority. But that's what God asks us to do. And it's when it's most needed. We are called to pray for all those in authority so that we live peaceful and quiet lives that are marked by godliness and dignity. Have a look at 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses 1 to 2. And as you reflect on this thought for today, think about this question. What can you do to pray diligently for those in authority in your country and your community? And I hope to see you again soon for another battle drill. We hope you've been encouraged and equipped by this daily devotional. Why not find us on Facebook, Instagram or YouTube by searching for Basingstoke Salvation Army? And join us again soon for another battle drill. God bless you.